Hi, everybody. Welcome to another success story. Seriously, this must be Success Week. I've shared so many success stories already this week, and this is another one which basically is all about how my client was able to find her passion with her career, how we literally turned her life around from not feeling good enough to having blocks about what it is that she wanted to do, to get her to the stage where she is now starting the process of building a business, and she has literally transformed. And today I'm going to share with you the exact techniques that I use. It's really, really simple. It's just unpicking limiting beliefs and a few other techniques that were able to get her to where she now is today, building a business that she truly loves. And she wakes up every day feeling extremely happy and passionate and excited about life. So if she can do this, you can do this too. And so what I'm going to share with you, you'll need a pen and paper, so just to make some notes. But before I do that, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon. That will notify you even of when I'm posting. And also, please don't forget to comment or share if you feel like this could help either yourself or other people that you know. Okay, so glasses on. So I'm going to be reading some notes that I've made about this particular client and the steps that we use. Okay, so when I first met my client, she was really stressed and unhappy, and she felt really sad and teary and lost. Basically, she felt really lost. And the words she actually used were, "I feel stressed, I feel unhappy, and I just feel lost." And she said she just felt really low. So whilst she described the rest of her life, and she had and has an amazing relationship with somebody that is truly supportive and kind and loving to her, and she's really happy in her relationship and with her children. But what it was bringing her down, that was making her really anxious and miserable and stressed and lost, was her career. So again, something that I could relate to. And I do feel in my coaching sessions, and I've said this in my other success stories this week, that being able to relate to people is, if you can, is really important, because not only can they see that what they're feeling isn't kind of abnormal, that other people actually feel this too. Because sometimes when we get into this trap or this stuckness in our life and feeling stuck, we can feel quite isolated and alone. So being able to share that, you know, she's not alone really helped, and it just kind of takes a bit of pressure off. And also being able to see that it is possible to make the changes as well. So it just gives a bit more light relief to how she was feeling. So we basically, what we started to do, now we understood exactly what area that it was that she was struggling with. We discussed her career. So with your pen and paper ready. So I asked her to write down the elements of her current job that made her happy, and then the elements of her current job that made her unhappy. We're able to then establish what bits of that career we would potentially want to take if we were going to leave that career and take it and do something different. And what we certainly didn't want to take forwards with us as well. So it's just starting to make things a bit clearer about what we like, what we don't like. She had been in this job for a really long time. So she had been really unhappy for a really long time with her career. And when I asked her why she'd stay so long, this was her response: "Who else would have me? What else could I possibly do?" So immediately it was clearly obvious that there was a lack of confidence, self-esteem, self-assuredness, and that basically the overriding feeling of I'm not good enough for anything else. I'm just not good enough. And that is a theme I see with a lot of my coaching clients, and definitely again something that I can relate to, that feeling of I can't possibly do that. I'm not good enough. People would laugh at me. I'm not intelligent enough. I'm not creative enough. All those feelings that you get when you feel not good enough. It's really horrible. But it's a theme that a lot of my clients seem to have, and that we've been able to override, thank goodness. So basically, and I've explained this again with my other coaching videos, that we worked on where these feelings and thoughts stemmed from. So we looked at the evidence of the past and why she's got to the stage of feeling the way that she feels. So we were able to identify that these feelings and thoughts that she was having were outside of her. It was external situations that had happened to her that basically her mind had programmed to believe that it actually was true and it actually was her. So that, again, being able to share that with her, again, it just released that pressure, and you started to see the spark back in her eyes again, which was just wonderful. And it was like she could breathe again when she realized that actually the thoughts that she was having about herself were never true in the first place. It was just environments and people from the past that had basically programmed in her mind a belief that had just perpetuated throughout her life. So so like I said, I've already shared basically about limiting beliefs in my other videos. So that was fundamental to start to open her eyes and to start to see that actually she could change her mindset. She could start thinking a little bit kinder about herself and changing her negative talk and her story about herself. So with a combination of daily affirmations, again, I've spoken about the affirmations that are really important. And again, it's something that I do on a daily basis. I do it without fail every single day. I either write a list or I'll just silently say a list of affirmations about myself, or I'll look in the mirror and say them out loud, depending on where I am. Basically the combination of doing daily affirmations, I am confident, I am worthy, I am able to, I am capable, I am intelligent, I am successful, I am worthy, I am valued, I am respected, I respect myself. These types of affirmations we were using basically to start to build her confidence, to start to change the perception she had about herself, which would therefore then attract more positivity in her life when it came to her career. So now we were starting to build that confidence and that belief, and we were starting to open the mindset up to realize that there actually were endless possibilities and endless opportunities for her if she wanted to change her career. We already understood what she liked, we knew what she didn't like. So then I said to her, so what would you like to do? And she's like, well, I don't know. So then we had another block. So we had to start working on releasing that block. So I simply said to her, well, write down what it would be like if you, and this is part of the practical toolkit that I give with the with my coaching, that comes with my coaching. It's like your weekly framework of things to do. I said, what would life be like if you stayed in the same job? What would it look like? And I gave her that as some homework. And I also then gave her another piece of homework to do, which was, what do you and have you always enjoyed doing? What do you enjoy doing and what have you always enjoyed doing? So I gave her that to think about before our next session. And again, that last question, what do you do and have always enjoyed doing? My instant response for me would be, well, I enjoy helping people. I enjoy guiding people so they can have the lives that they truly love. I've always loved doing that. I just didn't realize that that's what I was doing. which is why now that I'm doing my coaching. And, you know, if I had stayed in the same job, I would have just probably written one word: miserable. I would have been miserable if I'd stayed in my previous job, absolutely miserable, because it didn't fulfill me. And, you know, there would have been other things underneath that, but primarily I would have just been really, really miserable and unhappy. So it's identifying what life would look like if nothing changed, what life would look like if you could find out what it is that you would really enjoy to do. So it was great, you know, and she had some incredible, the sunlight coming in now, had some incredible ideas of things that then she decided that she wanted to do and pursue with. So now we have the confidence building. We're creating endless possibilities in her mind, opening up her mindset. She's recognizing that she's not what she used to think she was. She is more than that through the affirmations that she's doing on a daily basis. And now we have the passion. So now we understand what it is that she actually wants to do. We've got that passion. So what was holding her back now? And this again is a theme that basically happens to the majority of people. So you're not alone. If you're watching this video and you're thinking, well, how could I do that? How could I change my career? How do, you know, how is it possible? What was holding her back, and again, like what holds most people back, what held me back for years, was fear. Now, fear will protect you. It will absolutely protect you, but it will also stop you from growing and moving forwards and challenging yourself and doing things that you love. It will want to protect you and keep you comfortable and safe in your environment that you've already created, even though that you're miserable. So what we basically did is we discussed fear. And again, this is something else that you can do. So I got her to write down a list of all the fearful thoughts and feelings that she was experiencing that were holding her back now from taking that leap of faith to start to put in progress what it was that she wanted to do for her career. So once we'd established that, you know, and with everything, it's all based around assumptions and what if. So an assumption is something that we perceive to be true without proof. An assumption is something we perceive to be true without proof. So, and it's the what if, you know, the what ifs are of an assumption that a negative would be, you know, well, what if I failed? What if people didn't want to buy my services? What if I ran out of money? What if people laughed at me for wanting to do this? What if I wasn't good enough? You know, these are all fears. Now, what I got her to do was look at, you know, the assumptions on the positive. What if it worked? What if she created her dream business? What if people loved what it was that she was serving them? What if she made more money than she'd ever made in her entire life doing simply what she loved? Sorry about the sunlight. You know, but what if it worked? What if she woke up every day feeling extremely happy? What if the anxieties disappeared? What if people were coming to her to ask her how she was so successful? What if she was able to build such an amazing brand that she could travel the world with it because she loved traveling too? What if? So we were able to start working on releasing the fear. Now, fear is always going to come back and bite you a little bit. It is. And it's understanding that it's having that courage, and it's building all of this together into one lump, I guess, with the affirmation. So you're building that self-belief, you're building the confidence. It's knowing the passion of what you really want to have, be, do, and have. It's understanding what life would look like if you don't give it a go. It's then working on releasing those fears. And, you know, every time those fears would show up, you know, she could return to her list. But what if it did? What if it did work? What if the dream did come true? What if she earned more money? What if she woke up every day feeling extremely happy? What if people loved buying what it was she wanted to provide to people? You know, what if she could trap, you know, so we were using that as a framework. So all of this, so she could refer to things whenever she felt scared or anxious about the thought of things not quite working out. She was able to refer to it. So they are literally the steps. And the final step here, which I nearly forgot, was why. Why did she want to do what she wanted to do? Why? Because when you've got your why, you truly have got your passion. You've truly got all the ingredients when you have your why. So she wrote down 3 things as to why she wanted to create her passion as her career. And yeah, and one of them was simply she wanted to wake up every day knowing that she would put smiles on people's faces doing what she was doing. So yeah, that was one of them. So this is, you know, the why. So we have the why. So combining it all together, basically, she has now started the process of building that business. We have the logo, we have the business plan. And yes, while she's still in that career at the moment, she's going to be doing this in the evenings and at the weekends, and to start building it up slowly so it doesn't become overwhelming. But she literally has transformed her life. So these are the simple steps that you can use. So it's understanding that you are worthy of having that, building your confidence, building your belief. It's understanding what would happen if you didn't change and you stayed where you are, or what your passions are. It's then working through that limiting belief of the fear of what is holding you back, and it's finding what your why is. Why is it you want to do what it is you want to do? And you combine that all together, you have a recipe for success. And like I said, she's completely transformed, and it's been such a pleasure working with her. And now we've gone from having, you know, one-to-one sessions on a weekly basis, so now we're just literally meeting up on a monthly basis just to make sure things are ticking over in the right way for her. So that is great. So if you are somebody like her and you're stuck in a career that you don't like and you don't know what it is you want to do or how you want to how you can kind of change your career, then use this. And if you did want that extra support, then I am here. So, and I am offering 50% savings on my March coaching sessions. So please get in touch using the contact link below. And as always, please feel free to comment. Let me hear your stories. And that's it from me today. So take care, and I'll see you soon.